Good afternoon. It's time for yet another NFL Bucky's Mill Day. But not just any Bucky's Mill Day. No, this is our final mock draft for the 2022 season. Doing it a little bit early because I want to get it out there for a few more days so people can look at it and criticize it. Whatever you want to guys do with it, that's fine. You guys can like it, dislike it, not do anything. That's up to you. Comment would be nice. Nice to get one else. I decided to do it early, like I said, because I wanted to get it out there, and we'll see what's going on. No big news today. It's Monday, and it's 3 days away from the draft. Getting very excited. And the last Lions draft I did, I think it was up to 6 or 7, which is pretty good for a few days. And so I want to give this, enough time as possible. And this is a full round draft. All the teams are represented that are drafting, of course. No trades. And this is what I think will happen. Or what I would do, I should say. And I try not to be biased towards the Lions, but this is what I honestly think they should do. So without further ado, well, let's see. Any other news? No. Reds finally won a game. I think they won 2 in a row, actually. Blackhawks season could be over anytime soon. It's terrible. And no other news out there. This is all about the draft. All right. With the first overall selection, the Jacksonville Jaguars select. I think it's a different first round pick, Buggy. I think it is. Icky Aquana, offensive tackle, North Carolina State. They drafted, Trevor Lawrence last year. They want to protect their investment, and quarterback's the most important player on the team, so they want to get the best offensive tackle they possibly can. Trevon Walker is a popular name out there too. As long as my pick for the Lions is there, I'm okay. Or I have 2 favorite picks that I would like to pick, and so this one gives me my my guy with the first selection for the Detroit Lions, second overall pick, Aiden Hutchinson, edge from Michigan. It's a natural, perfect fit. Exactly the kind of guy they want to draft. The kind Dan Campbell wants to draft. And I said Trayvon Walker's getting a lot of buzz lately, a lot of smoke, and that's good. And I actually think they'll probably take him, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Third overall selection, I've got from the University of Alabama. I got Evan Neal, offensive tackle for the Texans. I just went, with, I don't know if best player available, but best offensive tackle left on the board. And so overall, very solid pick. And Texans need a lot of help. So they want to, you got to start from the middle and build your way out. The fourth overall selection, I've got Trayvon Walker, edge from Georgia, going to the New York Jets, Jets. He doesn't fall very far, and Jets can use a lot of help too. These teams are not very good at this point of the draft, and I think it's a very good selection for them, actually. Next up, I've got, for the New York Football Giants, I've got Kayvon Thibodeau, edge from Oregon. There's my other guy I wouldn't mind the Lions picking. If if Hutchinson goes first, then I like Kayvon, and they're starting to get some more smoke for them, so that's good. For him, I should say. My next pick is Malik Willis, quarterback from Liberty for the Panthers. They have no quarterback per se, so it's very important they get one, and Malik Willis is a unicorn, as they say. Next up, I've got the Giants are up again. I got Charles Cross, offensive tackle from Mississippi State. They got 2 very good players. They got edge and an offensive tackle, and I've really solidified that team. Next up, I've got Garrett Wilson, wide receiver from the Ohio State, the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons are our team and need a lot of help, and they're starting with a wide receiver. They got their choice. They could go with anyone, but I think Garrett Wilson fits them better. Next up, I got for the Cincinnati Bengals. No, I'm sorry. For the Seahawks, I've got Sauce Gardner, cornerback from Cincinnati. That's where I got Cincinnati from. The Seahawks go a lot of different directions. I think best player available is probably where they're going for that. Solid, very solid pick. Next up, I've got Derek Stingley, cornerback LSU for the Jets. Again, I think a lot of this is best player available. You have so many needs, you just can fill just about anybody. Then I got next up is Kyle Hamilton, safety from Notre Dame to the Commodores. And the best safety available is only one. Very solid pick, and I think they'll do very well in Washington. Next up, I got Trent McDuffie, cornerback to the Minnesota Vikings. Boo! The third cornerback on the board, and tall, very good corner, and the Vikings need a cornerback desperately. Next up, I've got Jermaine Johnson, edge from Florida State to the Texans. Another best available. I'm not getting tired of saying that, but that's obvious in this draft. He's really coming up on the boards and very, very good edge. Then I got Jordan Davis, defensive tackle from Georgia to the Ravens. Very big man, and to me it feels like a Ravens type of player. Then I have Jordan Davis. No, I'm sorry. I got my letters are kind of together. Drake London, wide receiver, USC to the Eagles. Eagles need a wide receiver, and they get the next best available wide receiver. And I've got Jason Williams, wide receiver from Bama to the New Orleans Saints. Little run of wide receivers, but they're going to go early, I believe. And they need help in that area. Then I've got, next up, I've got Jason Williams, wide receiver from Bama, going to the Saints. And same thing right there. They need lots of help. I think that's a very good pick for them. Then I've got Devin Lloyd, linebacker from Utah to the Eagles. Again, they haven't drafted a linebacker in 40 years, blah, blah, blah. That doesn't matter to me. Next up, George Kalafdis, edge Purdue to the Saints. So Saints are up again. And they need help in their pass rush. They don't really have a lot. Next up, I've got Kenny Pickett, quarterback from the Steelers, going to Pittsburgh. Seems like an obvious pick for them. I only have two quarterbacks the entire first round. Then I've got Chris Olave, wide receiver to the Ohio State, to go into the New England Patriots. I've seen that mocked a few times, and I kind of like that. And not a need necessarily, but I think that's definitely best player available. Then I've got Treylon Burks, wide receiver for Arkansas, going to the Green Bay Packers. Packers need to replace their wide receiver, and again, best available. Interchangeable on a lot of these. Then I've got Tyler Lindenbaum, interior offensive lineman from Iowa, going to the Cardinals. They need protection to protect Kyler Murray if he stays with them or not. I think he will. And they need help in their offensive line. Next up, Andrew Booth Jr., cornerback from Clemson, going to how about them Cowboys? And they need a little help in their secondary. And they could go a few different ways, but I think cornerback's the best pick for them. Next up, I've got Devontae Wyatt, defensive lineman from Georgia, going to the Bills. Just how many players Georgia had. I think they had 5 first-round picks here. I think so. And the Bills are a tough team to pick for because they don't need a lot, but best player available is a BPA. But I think that's a very solid pick for them. Next up, I've got Zion Johnson, interior offensive lineman from BC, going to the Tennessee Titans. They could also go quarterback here, but I think they want to strengthen the line to protect their quarterbacks. Next up is Kenyon Green, interior offensive lineman for Texas A&M, going to the Bucks. I don't know, Bucks are a tough team to pick for because they don't really have a lot of holes. But I guess you want to protect Brady for one more year. Next up is Kyer Elam, cornerback, Florida, going to the Packers. The Packers will pick a wide receiver. The second pick is more difficult because they don't really have a lot of holes. They could go defensive end, but cornerback is a need for them. Next up, I got Paxton Hill, safety from Michigan, going to the Chiefs. I still need to replace Honey Badger, I think, and they signed somebody to like a 1-year deal, but that's not going to last. Next up, I got Jahan Dotson, wide receiver from Penn State, going to the Chiefs again to replace Tyreek Hill. So Chiefs will draft a wide receiver. Just depends on which order. Next up, I got Burnham Raymond, offensive tackle from Central Michigan, going to the Bengals. Bengals have always been mocked an offensive tackle for the most part. And finally, the last pick of the first round, I've got Nakobe Dean, Georgia linebacker, going to the Lions. They could also go safety, possibly quarterback, wide receivers. Possibility. They have 2 picks in the 3rd round also. So one of those would probably be a wide receiver if they don't get those. So that's my mock draft. And comment if you like if you like, and draft's a couple days away, so enjoy it and get ready. I'm getting the shrimp in a couple of days, and we're going to be all set. So have fun, take care, enjoy the mock, and do it yourself. And we'll catch you, probably do a short video Friday to let you know who the Lions pick, and I'll comment on the two first round picks the Lions do, and just overall the first round. All right, take care, everybody. Bye now.